All right, in this exercise, we're going to take a bar chart and convert it or change the type of chart it is over to a line chart. So one of the chart we haven't really worked on yet. Open up the file called red that's located in the HS Media folder under Computer Apps Charts, and the file is called red. And again, once you open that file up, make sure you save it to your My Documents folder or save it to your HS Media folder somewhere where you know where it is. And we're starting, if you're following along in the directions, we're starting on step 8.7, which is here, where it says open the data file called red and save it, and it's on page 197 of the direction spreadsheet if you're following along there. This is what the file should look at. I've zoomed in a little bit so you can see it. Okay? Alright, so notice that when you have the spreadsheet up, if you look at the tab, there's another tab already created called bar chart. So if you click on the bar chart tab, you can see the information. And what this information is showing is how much money the red cross has to spend in order just to operate. This is not helping people in need. This is not income that people are donating. This is how much they're spending in order to meet their payroll, to pay their light bills and other marketing, other expenses they have to operate. And it goes back to 1997 and it goes up to 2006. So you can see they spend quite a bit of money, and this is in millions of dollars every year just to operate. The bar chart again shows the same thing, how starting at 1997 at the bottom and going up to 2006, you can see how every year they spend more and more and more money. The trend is up, and in 2006 they spent quite a bit more money in order to operate. So in order not to confuse people looking at the chart, we are going to edit the title up here. And instead of just saying American Red Cross, we're going to add a subheading called Operating Expenses. So come up here to the title area, click at the very end of the title and hit enter. And when you hit enter, your insertion point should go down to the next row, and it should be centered already. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here for you. And we want to add the subtitle Operating Expenses. O-P-E-R-A-T-I-N-G, expenses, E-X-P-E-N-S-E-S. Alright, so now that is now created the subheading so the chart is better describes what this chart is showing. Click off in order to deselect that edit mode. Okay, I'm going to zoom back out, and what we're going to do now is take our subheadings here on the side where it says years and in millions, and it's a little small for our chart, so we're just going to make that font bigger. And again, we're changing different elements of our chart, not the entire chart at once, but just different elements. So I'm going to zoom in again so you can see what I'm doing over here. And I'm going to come over here, select the side where it says year, click and drag, or you can double click on the word in order to select the entire word. And we're going to come up to the Home tab, and we're just going to change the font size, just like if we were in Microsoft Word. Come over here to the font size and increase that to say 10 or 12 or 14, and to make it a little bigger. Then we're going to scroll down to the bottom where it says in millions. We're going to highlight that and increase the font size of that there to say 12 or 14, just to make it a little bigger and a little easier to read. I'll zoom back out, and there you can see it's a little easier to read now. Now, having a bar chart here is good because we're showing, it does kind of show where we are, how much we spent. The bar charts are better for comparing. And what this chart is trying to show is a trend. So if you want to show the trend, things are generally going up or generally going down, typically a line chart is the best way to show trends. So we're going to convert this bar chart over to a line chart. To do that, we're going to come up here, and again, you're going to make sure you've selected the inside the chart somewhere in the white area. And to get your chart tools up here, click on the Design tab. And in the Design tab, we want to click on the Change Chart Type. So here, over here on the far left-hand side, there's a big button that says Change Chart Type. It brings, if you select that, it brings up a list of different types of charts we can make. We want to choose a line, so come up here and click on the line. And then here are all the different line charts we can choose from. Hold your mouse over each one and find the one that says Align with Markers. And a marker is just going to be a little dot that kind of helps us better see what the numbers are. So we want to find the one that says Line with Markers. Mine's kind of right in the middle. Go ahead and say OK. And voila, in a matter of seconds or moments, the bar chart is converted to a line chart. And again, you can see the overall trend on the line. The markers indicate where we're getting our data from. And you can kind of see that the line connects the dots to show the trend. Okay? Now let's come back here to our tab sheet at the very bottom. And notice it says bar chart. Well, this is no longer a bar chart, so we've got to change that. So you can do it a couple different ways. You can double click on it, or you can right click and choose rename. Either way, we want to just rename it line chart. So take the word bar out and type in the word line. Okay? Then click over here in your document or in your spreadsheet in order to accept those changes. Now I just want to take a quick moment and show you how you can customize the line chart a little bit. Notice each dot there, each marker is all the same color. And we might want to emphasize one marker over another. For instance, there's a little blip here where expenses go way up and then way back down, and there might be a reason for that blip. So we might want to emphasize that. So if we do, go ahead and take your mouse and you click on that marker itself. And when you click once, you notice that every marker is now selected. But if you click on that marker a second time, only that one marker now is selected. And with only that selected, then we can kind of play around with some different things. So right click on that marker. Again, your mouse has to be on it exactly. And come down here to where it says Format Data Points. And it brings up a little dialog box. We can come down here to Marker Fill, and we can change the color by clicking Solid. And right now that changes to yellow, or we can make it a blue. We can. I'm going to leave mine. I'm going to leave mine yellow only because I think hopefully you'll be able to see that better. And then you can click on other markers if you want to change those colors if you want to do it. You can also come back here to where it says Marker Options above it and choose a built-in and actually change the shape to say a triangle or an asterisk or a different type of marker. So you can kind of play around with that to kind of emphasize that one over the other. You can take a few minutes and play with the marker lines or the marker style or the line color. Play around with these a little bit and just kind of see what you can do as far as formatting this to bring out or emphasize a certain component of your spreadsheet. Take a few minutes to do that. When you're done, go ahead and make sure you save your changes that you've made to the spreadsheet. And that completes this, this lesson.